John Brown is a legend of Labor politics, but more importantly, somebody who actually changed the country and changed it for the better. He's got a brand new book about being the Minister for Good Times. He, of course, was part of the Hawke Government, but so much more than that. Of course, Brownie, and he joins us now in the Man Cave. John, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Paul, for the opportunity to talk to you.
I'm looking forward to this. Now, as a kid of the 80s, it was instilled in my DNA what you and Bob Hawke and many of the people mentioned in the book, from, Hogs to Packer, Mojo, even a bloke by the name of Mike Gore, that I'll talk about a bit later.
Oh, I knew Michael very well.
Is that these were people who went, let's do it, right? Let's pick an idea, no matter how big, and let's take a swing. Everything from the way we marketed our country, the way we took care of sport, the way we had pride in our country, and we celebrated wins. Here's the question. When did we lose it? Because you guys, when did we lose it?
We never had it. That's the point, see? Right. I make the point in the book. From Federation in 1900 till 1983, the word sport was not to be found in any piece of legislation.
Ridiculous.
And until the Games in 84, when Hawke suddenly became Prime Minister, the Olympic team had their fares paid and their uniforms paid by the government. Imagine, for all those years from when we had the Games in Melbourne in 56, these kids had to get out and barbecues on the street to get the uniforms that we all cheered and yelled for.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, sport was just not a political issue, and it should have been.
And because, as you say in the book, that there's pride that we get from our heroes, but also the role that it plays in our suburbs and our family, all of it is just, and as I mentioned just before we came on the air, I love that my girls got to fall in love with their sporting heroes in the Matildas this year, to see how big that was, because, we had the Olympics, we had America's Cup, but we didn't really have a unifying moment like that for about 20 years. But wasn't it great to see everyone fall over themselves for them?
I grew up with four sisters. I realise the only difference between men and women is the plumbing. No other difference.
I love it.
And women had been ignored.
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember, I'm a member of the Carbine Club, this great sporting club.
Yep.
40 sporting heroes.
Yep. I
stood up at one annual meeting and said, why haven't we got women members? I couldn't get a seconder. And for the next 2 years, I couldn't get a second. And then they agreed.
Yeah.
I said, listen, women have won twice as many gold medals as men. We've got the best soccer team in the world, the best cricket team in the world, the best swimming team. They outnumber. They've won twice the number of gold medals that men have. And we're not going to let them in the Carbine Club. It's ridiculous. Well, now they've got female members in every Carbine Club throughout the world.
Good, as they should, as they should. You are, of course, so famous for backing in Paul Hogan Tourism, the famous ads. There's great stories in the book, right? I'm not going to spoil them all, because buy the damn book, all right? It needs another story on the house, buy the damn book, okay? I'm not going to give them all away for you. But tell us, what was it like to work with Paul Hogan, John Cornell, the Mojo guys around this thing, and did it feel special when you were doing it?
I'll tell you why it was special. When I first met Hogan, we were at war. He was selling Winfield cigarettes. I'm in the Parliament trying to get tobacco advertising out of
Yes,
sport,
you were.
which I did eventually.
Yeah.
To the betterment of everybody.
Agreed.
So Paul and I put our heads together. He was very worried about the image of Australia. We didn't have one. We'd both been to Disneyland in Anaheim at different times. The biggest thing there, all the children of the world through the river caves. As you float through these, all the children in the world are arrayed in their national costumes, easily identified. Irish, the Scots, the Germans, everybody, except Australia. Yeah. I knew we were there. What have we got? A bloody plastic and a koala.
Yeah, garbage.
A plastic koala.
Yeah. So
Paul said to me, mate, if ever you become Minister for Tourism, we're going to do something about it. Well, the problem was I only had $9 million. I've explained to you there the difficulty I had with the Expenditure Review Committee.
Correct.
Getting Paul Hogan to... Paul standing in front of the Minister for Finance, the Minister for Treasury, all the Treasury officials.
Looking like this, all they
think is say no. No. And he looks down the barrel of the camera. He says, now look, you blokes, get your finger out of your arse and give Brownie some money. We can do something about selling this country.
And he got 22 million from that one push.
Yeah, from 9 million to 22 million, unheard of. First of all, taking a comedian into the expenditure review committee. I got the 22 million. We let loose. He did Shrimp on the Barbie first thing. With the 15 million we used for that, all we got was 3 minutes on some major cities. It was so good, Shrimp on the Barbie. You know, it's still the number in the Advertising Hall of Fame, the most successful tourism ad ever run by anybody in the world.
I agree. Well, congratulations, Brownie. One of many great stories. I'm telling you, we need a whole hour for the proper ones. Buy the damn book, all right? Thank you, John. Do appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Paul, mate.
Congratulations on your career and all the achievements.
Thank you.
And the love of the garden too, which I love.